Scalars and vectors are two fundamental concepts in physics that are used to describe the physical properties of objects and phenomena. A scalar quantity is a physical quantity that has only magnitude and no direction. In other words, scalar quantities are described by a single number or value. Examples of scalar quantities include time, mass, temperature, energy, and speed. For instance, the time it takes to complete a task is a scalar quantity, as it only requires a single value to describe it. Another example is mass, which refers to the amount of matter in an object and can be measured using a scale or balance. Similarly, temperature is a scalar quantity that describes the degree of hotness or coldness of a substance. On the other hand, a vector quantity is a physical quantity that has both magnitude and direction. Vectors are typically represented by arrows, where the length of the arrow represents the magnitude of the vector and the direction of the arrow indicates the direction of the vector. Examples of vector quantities include displacement, velocity, acceleration, and force. For instance, velocity is a vector quantity that describes both the speed and direction of an object's motion. It can be represented by an arrow pointing in the direction of the object's motion with a length equal to the object's speed. Another example is force, which is a vector quantity that describes the push or pull on an object, and can be represented by an arrow pointing in the direction of the force with a length proportional to its magnitude. Scalars and vectors are used in a wide range of fields, including physics, engineering, and mathematics. They play an important role in describing physical phenomena, analyzing data, and solving problems. In physics, vectors are used to describe motion, forces, and fields, while scalars are used to describe energy, power, and temperature. Here are some daily life examples of scalars and vectors. Speed. Speed is a scalar quantity that represents how fast an object is moving. For example, if a car is traveling at 60 miles per hour, its speed is 60 miles per hour. Velocity. Velocity is a vector quantity that represents both the speed and direction of an object's motion. For example, if a car is traveling at 60 miles per hour due north, its velocity is 60 miles per hour north. Distance. Distance is a scalar quantity that represents how far apart two objects are. For example, the distance between two cities is a scalar quantity. Displacement. Displacement is a vector quantity that represents the change in position of an object from its starting point to its ending point. For example, if a person walks 10 meters north and then 5 meters south, their displacement is 5 meters north. Force. Force is a vector quantity that represents the push or pull on an object. For example, the force applied to a book to lift it off a table is a vector quantity, with both magnitude and direction. Temperature. Temperature is a scalar quantity that represents the degree of hotness or coldness of an object or environment. For example, the temperature of a room is a scalar quantity. In summary, scalars and vectors are two fundamental concepts in physics that describe physical properties of objects and phenomena. Scalars have only magnitude, while vectors have both magnitude and direction. Understanding the difference between these two types of quantities is important for solving problems in physics, engineering, and other fields.